Adrian, I want to tell you in a nutshell what I am trying to do. You asked that question. How will 1 week solve homelessness? I'd like to answer that question for you, sir. So, at the 7 day homeless camp, I'd like you to go take a look at the website, sir, and see exactly what I'm doing. But I'll give you a synopsis of what I plan to do. I'm tricking the First Nations people into starting a country to put our treaty cards into a hat and say, hey, what do you think would happen if I were to convince the homeless people who do not have a home, who do not have food, do not have security, and if I was to go to them and said, hey, come here, I know how to fix a place for us, to fix homelessness, to create something brand new for us as First Nations people, to practice our sovereignty. Power to the people, they say. I am the people. I'm going to go find other people, and together we're going to create power, create something where the government says, I think we need to listen to them. I am not here to create any violence, hostility, but I want to show what I learned as a homeless person. I lived on the street for 7 years on purpose, undercover as a homeless person. Saskatoon, Grand Prairie, Edmonton, and Prince Albert. 7 years, friend. I went out and researched this Green Feather Foundation, this organization on how I can reach homeless people. My family. I have brothers and sisters who are on the street right now. My family. So what I plan to do, I'm tricking them into coming together, and I'm bringing together grandmothers. I'm creating something called the Grandmothers Council. When I worked at FSIN, I found the most smartest people, grandmothers. But unfortunately, the chiefs are the ones who wrecked it for all of us. They always do, because of money, because of greed. I don't agree with money, but I need a lot of it, and I plan to make lots of it. For the family, for my homeless, for my streets. I lived on the streets, so I consider myself an advocate for the streets. When you lived homeless 7 years, friend, you start to feel responsible for them. I have much education, and I'm now planning to put it to use. I put it aside in 2017 to go and understand homelessness. I'm done. Now I want to help homelessness. I'm tricking the First Nations people into creating a country. Sovereignty. We are the only ones on this fine earth who can create a country legally because of a treaty card, a placeholder, something that says when these First Nations people get their act together, they can create a country. And they even put some dollars aside, I believe. A trust fund. How much do you think that trust fund should be right now if they put it aside way back then? Billions? Trillions? They say there should be at least $28 trillion in that trust fund. If Canada did not go spend it on their own ecosystem, their own economy, their own schools, universities, hospitals, and then we have to beg just to use your institutions when you use our money to build them. Right, brother? But that's the past, and we're going to forget the past. Here's what I plan to do. I'm going to trick the First Nations people to come together. It says, bring your grandmothers from Treaty 1 to Treaty 11. I says, no elders. I says, Grandmothers Council we're creating. So I'm putting together a place for the grandmothers and says, also bring the homeless. They need a home. So I'm going to convince the homeless people, treaty and non-treaty, to create their own home. That is how I'm going to solve it. I'm going to take the homeless people out of the cities before you go and institutionalize them and think that you know better on what they need. I know how to help them, and I want to prove it in my pilot project, and I'd like you to at least listen to me and be part of it. I'm going to ask for professionals to come and watch what I'm doing. I said it's a pilot project. I'm going to ask for certain foods. I'm going to ask for certain medicines. In the end, I'm creating a country for the First Nations people of Canada. I want them to sign a scroll on day 7 and says, okay, now let's go to the next city. the next city. And I want people to sign that scroll. My goal, homeless people, I want them to sign it and sign it and sign it. And then people in the reserves will sign it. And they'll say, sign it online now too. Create a country, a home for our homeless people. That's what I'm doing, friend. I'm creating a home. Go look at my plan. I plan to unite the grandmothers, and the grandmothers are going to create a country. And who's going to lead it? I don't know more. The founder of I Don't Know More is what I created this organization for, Green Feather, not for me. I just have knowledge, and I'm governed to share it. That's what I have planned, friend. I'd love for you to help me take these people off the street. You're right. They do not belong on the streets. They belong in the reserve. Help me bring my family home. I would love to have you help me with that, sir. Sorry, we got off on the wrong foot. I know that people get angry. And I did that on purpose, that 10,000. I know you can't afford it. None of us can. But some of us can. I want to find the people who want to spend money and says, I want to see them off the streets and I want to see them do better. When I was in university, I asked so many times by professionals, why have you not yet started a country, First Nation? Now we're ready. And I'm creating the parameters, the place where the grandmothers can come together and say, hey, power to the people. The people are the ones who are going to do it, not FSIN. I plan to dismantle FSIN. Once I get things going, I'm going to say, okay, let's have a referendum. The people will have a chance to dismantle FSIN, and I'm going to be the one to do it. Have yourself a great day, brother. Thank you.